Hi, I'm Melinda Keifer, your host for Live Green Tennessee. We're hoping you'll join us for the 4th annual Live Green Tennessee Holiday Cooking Edition.
And I'm Grada Casey, and I'm joining Melinda in the kitchen for this holiday special, and we're going to feature some of our local Tennessee products in our recipes this year.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
This program is sponsored by Sue and Tim Tewalt. To support local programming like this, visit WCTE.org/donate to become a member, or contact Tiffany McDonald at tmcdonald@WCTE.org for sponsorship opportunities.
Welcome to Live Green Tennessee Holiday Cooking Edition. I'm Melinda Keifer, and joining me is my dear friend, Grada Casey.
That's right.
We are so glad you've joined us again this year. This is our 4th year of doing the holiday special. Grada and I have some great things we're going to share with you today. We're going to take some very basic ingredients which are so available in your region, in your locality, at your farmers markets.
That's right.
And we're going to create some fun things with them. Some of them traditional, and some of them not so
Non-traditional,
traditional.
right.
So we hope you'll stay with us. We've got some great things coming up. So Grada, I'm really excited about this recipe. So I've always heard of a Cornish hen, and I think it's one of the most beautiful dishes when it's fixed, but it can be a little intimidating.
Tricky, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very simple, Melinda, and as I was thinking of what to prepare for a holiday meal with my granddaughters, who I cook with every Christmas,
Yes.
I thought this would be a perfect time to show them how simple and
That it
easy
truly
it is
can
to
be.
do a nice holiday party. So that was what I was thinking when we chose this.
That's great. I'm super excited about it. So the Cornish hen is going to be stuffed with a wild rice stuffing, and we're going to prepare that for you today. Your wild rice is obviously something that, the ingredients we're going to use today, really you can go back to the beginning of the Thanksgiving tradition, and those are
Find the
very
rice,
basic.
right.
So we encourage you. Today we're going to use a long grain and brown rice, right?
That's
and so
right.
we're going to get that rice started.
And to do that, I like to incorporate broth in when I'm cooking rice. So what I have here is the
Let's get this turned on
4
for
cups
you.
of our, that's a water and broth combination.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay.
homemade stock is the best.
You want me to
So
get your
very
butter
easy to do.
started as
Yeah,
well
that's
here.
what
We're gonna do
gonna
that.
Saute the peppers and onions.
All right.
But to get the rice going, we're going to just dump that in. That's
Okay.
2 boxes of long grain and wild rice.
Excellent.
And that does have the seasoning pack in there. So
Okay.
while that's simmering away, we're going to get our ingredients ready to mix in.
Okay, Grada, we've got our wild rice stuffing started. So we've got 2 boxes of wild rice here, and that's getting started. Grada has put about half a cup of butter,
That's
1/4 a
right.
cup of butter, and then we've added cup and a half of celery.
And a cup and a half of onions to
Good
taste.
deal. And we're going to saute these until they start to get really soft, and that's always important, right? As you go through there.
And that will be added to our rice as soon as it's finished cooking, and then we will add the goodies, into the rice. And I've made a generous amount here to stuff the hens
Yes,
and
ma'am.
to use as a base to display the hens.
Okay, that sounds
when-
great. Well,
when
while
they're
these are
finished.
cooking, why don't you and I go get the goodies?
Sounds great. Okay, Melinda, this is coming along very nicely. I like to saute the celery and the onions to par cook that a little bit because we don't want that raw in our
That's right. It
rice.
takes a little of that crunchy away.
That's
And we have
right.
so many other goodies we're going to add into this.
I'm
That's going to give
add
additional
some chopped
texture.
apples and
That's
locally
beautiful.
available.
Sure.
These are just some
Go to your
Granny
local
Smith.
apple orchard, some
And
Granny
what-
Smiths.
Right, and what I'm doing here is just adding flavor to
That's
that
right,
dish.
we're layering.
Yes. And when I'm cooking this dish, I've doubled my recipe because
That's
I
right,
love
they're
the
big
goodies.
family and
That's
love the
right,
goodies.
That's right, and we
Yes.
want plenty to stuff in the hens,
That's
and then we
right.
want leftovers to serve as a side dish.
Well, our rice is coming on
and this is
beautifully.
fine. This will continue to cook when
Yes,
it goes
ma'am.
in the bird.
So the rice takes about 20, 25 minutes.
That's right. And
Right.
this can be easily done ahead of time.
and
Actually,
that would be
yeah,
great.
if we had this made ahead of time, chilled in the refrigerator, and
Right.
it just goes right
And then
into
it can
the
go in the
hen.
next day. So a
Exactly.
great
Yeah, or
way
a
to
day
go
or
ahead and
two.
start your holiday cooking.
These are the goodies going in.
So those are apricots. You've got what, about a half a
About
cup?
a half a cup. to
Half a cup of pecans.
And these recipes
these
will be
colors. They're
posted
beautiful.
on our
WCTE website.
website.
That's
so
right.
You can
So
look
we'll have all
there
those.
And,
Look at this. These colors are beautiful. And if that doesn't scream holiday cooking right there alone.
That's right, and it improves the taste of the rice for sure.
It
Okay,
definitely does.
let's see if we can add this to our pot.
All right,
and we'll
here
just
we
turn this
go.
off and let it sit and absorb that water, and it'll be ready to stuff in no time. We're going to set this aside and continue with our preparation of
Getting those hens ready.
our other
Okay.
hens.
So we're going to put this lid on.
Smells
Let her work her
good.
magic.
That's
It does.
right.
It works. It's good. All right. So let's get those
All
hens
right,
out.
here we go.
Here we go. Wow, Grada.
Doesn't that smell good?
That does. That is absolutely beautiful. So we've seasoned these Cornish hens really well, inside and out. And so now we're going to take this rice stuffing and actually stuff the bird. Now, when we were going over recipes, we saw lots of variations
That's right.
on this. And so what were some of the other stuffing type things that...
Well, you told us a sweet story about
Oh,
your
my.
cornbread dressing stuffing, right?
Yes,
So there are
yes.
many recipes for cornbread stuffing. In the South, we use cornbread dressing with celery, very similar to
That's
this,
right.
but with cornbread.
And we call it
celery and
dressing.
onion. We call it dressing.
We call it dressing. This actually is stuffing simply because we are stuffing the bird with it. But the reality is that's the only difference between the two. Lots of family conversations about dressing or stuffing. I'm married. My husband Randy is from Ohio, so their family traditions are so totally different. So it ended up before too long after we met, I was taking the ingredients to make my cornbread stuffing for Thanksgiving because theirs was different. These look great.
We do love that southern cornbread dressing, and
We
these
do.
would be great in these hens. But this is kind of fun. It's just that a little twist on just something,
That's right,
a classic
something.
dish.
That's right.
And this rice is a great accompaniment or side dish.
Now, what we're going to do with these birds is we're going to put them in the oven, 350, for about an hour, hour and a half.
That's right,
Obviously, we'll tip
170.
them.
I'm going to cook these a little bit longer than 160, 65. Let's
Degrees,
go about
160.
170. Yes, about 170 degrees. It'll take about an hour and a half probably to roast them. And they'll just be a nice roasted bird. So from beginning to end,
Right.
if this rice was prepared the day before, you know, it takes, 30 minutes to cook the rice.
That's
Let that
right.
chill. Have your birds prepared and ready, and then just stuff that cold rice in. So it's see how quick and easy
It really
this
is
It
quick and
doesn't
easy.
take
This
any
comes
time.
together in
No
less than an
time.
hour.
A lot better than having to all the steps you would need to go through to roast a big old turkey. So
That's
this
right.
is a nice little individual portions then when we're finished, and we'll save this extra rice as our
to serve as our
accompaniment.
side.
That's
That is
exactly
great.
right.
Okay,
So-
we're going to get these in the oven. Okay, Greta, so while those Cornish hens are working their magic in the oven, I wanted to share with you a recipe that I came across. You know, the holidays can be so hectic. So this is, we're gonna kind of feature the humble bean.
Oh, I love
You know,
it.
heirloom beans are readily available. Today we're going to make a Southern Cassoulet.
Now, when we were talking about heirloom beans and how to prepare them, I couldn't think, you know what, just a pot of beans is a pot of beans, but this was a wonderful idea, Melinda, and I love it.
So delicious.
Yes.
And so we're going to start out by browning some bacon. If you'll go ahead and chop up the rest of that bacon, we're going to say maybe 6-8 slices to get this bacon going. We want to render that fat that really, again, is just starting to deliver all of the flavor that this is going to have. So also in this recipe is a pound of smoked sausage. So you're an Alabama girl, aren't you?
I tell you what, I know where you're going with that. South Alabama is known for Conecuh sausage, and we were so delighted. We've lived in Cookeville over 40 years,
Yes.
but thankfully they brought Conecuh sausage to the local grocery stores, and now it's just almost a household name.
It truly is. So it is a very unique smoked sausage. We're going to slice that very thinly and have that ready to go in the cassoulet after this bacon browns. Then we're going to add some yummy other good things, including our beans.
All right, Melinda, are we getting close?
Tell me what you think about that.
I love it. My question is, do we leave all of the drippings and the
We
grease
do.
in the bowl? Okay.
We do.
that
So
makes it good.
I can't say a whole lot about us fixing all healthy dishes this year, but it's absolutely delightful. Now I'm going to add chicken broth.
Okay, good.
About 2 cups. That is going to get all those beautiful brown bits on the bottom.
Yes, where the flavor is.
Where the flavor is. And so now we're going to start building our cassoulet. Okay. We're going to start by adding 2 cans, and that's this one right here, 2 cans of green tomatoes with chilies. They're readily available.
Oh, wonderful.
So they have seasoning in it as well. The recipe, which also will be on the website, calls for a can of stewed tomatoes. Now, stewed tomatoes are not necessarily one of those things a lot of people keep or even know about
if
it.
you have canned tomatoes, that
And
would be a
so-
great place to pull
So
the
I
garden.
pulled out a big jar of my canned tomatoes from my garden.
I
So we're going
see.
to add that this time. And they have just a little bit of thickening in there, so it'll start to build that as well.
I'm going to rinse this with a little water, save all those good
Put
parts of
the rest of that in there. That is brilliant.
You work too hard on those tomatoes
That's
to
right.
not get it all out of the bowl, right?
That's beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to add our bacon back in.
Now, Belinda, is there a place where you can get locally produced bacon?
Yes,
or,
absolutely. There are several pork producers in our region. At the farmers market in Cookeville, we have a place called Walnut Street Market,
I've
and there are
seen that.
beef and pork producers that have meats there and frozen.
Well, I need to check
available.
out that spot.
So we got our bacon from them. Obviously, we try every chance that we can to support our local producers. But I want to encourage you all. We're in the season of the holidays. The fall and the winter is upon us. This is a perfect dish just to curl up by the fire with.
That's right.
It's hearty, it's southern, and we hope that you will try it.
Okay, Melinda, we're back to using our local ingredients again.
I'm excited.
And,
What are we doing here?
Yeah, well, when we talked about the fact that we have so much local producers here in Putnam County and the whole
so
Upper
blessed.
Cumberland, honey is a natural, isn't it? And that is such an important part of early Americana, you know.
It
That was a
truly
sweetener when
is.
we didn't have sugar plantations or whatever. So we're going to use local honey, and we're going to use local apples in this recipe.
What are we making?
Well, it's not apple pie, but it's a close.
Close,
It's a take on apple pie, and it's a honey apple baklava. And again, we're sort of bringing in that international food
See, that is
culture
beautiful.
into
So
to our
Can I
local.
just tell you, I'm intimidated by phyllo dough, but you're going to help me with that.
I'm going to help you with that. I am a little intimidated myself, but I've got a little trick I want to share with you that I've put to good use.
So what's our first step?
Our first step is to prepare the sauce that will
Okay.
be poured over the baklava once it's finished. So to that, we'll need to simmer it about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And we want to add the orange zest to
Okay.
a cup and a half of water. And then we're adding sugar to sweeten our sauce that will be poured over.
So we're going to do it like this instead of using a microblade, because you really do end up with more of that orange flavor just using the vegetable peeler and going
And a
ahead
little
and
tip that I like to share is not to get the pith of the orange.
hey, look, I did
great.
good.
I love that. You've peeled it nice and close.
Okay, now we're going to add our honey, and I'm super excited to share with you a local producer that we got our honey from.
Oh, good.
So this past year, my husband and I, we put our first 2 beehives out.
My goodness.
How
I'm
about that? We're
impressed.
excited. We're super excited. And so we've really tried to understand and know more about the honey. This honey came from Ridgetop Apiary, Mr. Mike Haney. He is a bee aficionado, and I think has been so very involved with the local beekeeping chapters, and it's such an important thing for us with our agriculture and production. So I'm happy to share with you. I'm going to do about 2/3 of a cup
That's right.
of this honey. I can tell you the flavor of a local honey, as well as its health benefits, are so important and are so beautiful.
And
So I'm
such a
happy
natural,
to.
yeah,
it is a
natural
natural.
flavor.
Happy to share with you Ridgetop Apiary.
So let me show you the steps to this.
Okay.
And keep your fingers crossed.
I'm ready. I'm
'cause
ready.
It doesn't always work the way you would want it to, but it doesn't mean you can't use
Keep
it.
trying.
Keep trying.
That's right.
I'm going to reach here and grab some paper. So my little hint for this,
Okay.
Melinda, is to go ahead and assemble all of the layers.
So you're
rather-
5, you're 4, you're
That's
4,
right.
you're 6.
That's right.
Okay.
So
okay.
rather than buttering each layer and lay it in the pan
Yes,
and then do
ma'am.
this, I'm getting all of my ingredients here and assembled.
That makes so much
So it's
sense.
quick, it's easy. Then when we get ready to put it together.
And so we just hope everything cooperates.
That's
and isn't that
correct.
how it is in the kitchen? And especially at the holidays. These are the kind of things that, we want to encourage you to try, give it a try. And if it doesn't work, grab another sheet.
That's
you can
right.
just keep going
And
through
look,
there.
if you have some little hands in the kitchen, this is so much fun.
Oh, I bet that
for
is. They
them.
can brush the butter and
Yes,
really get
uh-huh.
those sheets
So
going.
just pick these sheets up. This one's cooperating today, but if it didn't, we would just
That's
make
beautiful.
use of it anyway. So,
And so the layers of that phyllo really can, those layers, the pastry flavor is what it truly brings. It brings
Mm-hmm. that's
that
right.
pastry flavor. The bottom and the top then are also very crunchy, and
Mm-hmm.
ours is going to be topped with this beautiful orange honey
Mm-hmm.
syrup, and I can't wait.
a little tip on that I found useful was to sprinkle a little crumb, because this apple mixture is a little moist. And,
Okay, and so those were breadcrumbs.
That's breadcrumbs, and it will absorb some of that moisture and keep our baklava a little bit
Okay.
crispier. We don't want it gooey.
That's right. And as you
necessarily.
layer and add all of that moisture, I see where that could definitely happen. So by throwing in those breadcrumbs, it really kind of
Right.
acts as a
So
sponge, if you will.
There's our 3 pieces. This is number 4. And then our 5th piece will be placed in the
Okay.
bottom of our casserole dish. Our apples still coming along.
Our apples
over
are doing
there.
really well. We're
Okay.
basically down to no moisture. So I think I'm going to turn them down.
And you can add the nuts and
Okay.
just turn it off.
Add
And,
all the nuts, Grada?
We're about
okay,
ready to.
so if you remember
about
this,
ready.
this was walnuts and pistachios,
That's
right?
correct.
So,
There's my 5 layers. I had to count. I forgot where I was. So
Okay.
So now we have this first layer.
Our first
this
layer's
is the
done.
bottom. This is
the
the
bottom
bottom.
of the phyllo is done. Yay!
So I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit more of this crumb just to
Okay.
absorb that moisture in the apple. So there's my bottom layer.
So
And
Grada, do the nuts cook in here also,
they
or do you
don't
just
have
want
to
to
cook.
mix?
Yeah, I just want
Okay.
a nice dry mix. And
Okay.
so I just have, this is a perfect size casserole dish to fit this
The one that
baklava.
everybody has in their house.
That's
it's,
right.
It's your
That's the 9
lasagna.
by 13.
It's your
That's
lasagna
or this may
casserole
be a little bit
dish.
bigger actually, but it fitted our base. So here we go. This is our crust,
Oh my goodness!
and it goes. And now, you can cut this off to fit, but I say why waste it? Leave it.
Oh gosh, no! Let's go. It's
So
just more crispy edges.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
If you'll spoon some in there, and I want a thin filling. I want it fairly thin because
gonna
this is
scoop it,
That's right.
And then
I need this in 3 parts, so
Okay.
give me enough. Can you spread that out, and I'll get the next layer going here. Just very thin layer. We may have to use our fingertips. Just
I was going to
did-
say, Grada,
did.
that's
Yeah,
probably
that's,
warm. Are you okay with
yes,
that?
clean hands are to me the cook's best friend. I just don't know what I
100%
could
agree.
do. What I would do without clean fingers in the kitchen. For
Maybe
sure.
a little more?
A little more.
Okay, excellent.
And that's looking good. Doesn't that look good already? That's great. And then we layer again. And this is the layer I had done previously. This is the six sheets on top.
Okay.
See how easy that is if
See,
you've done
that
that
is
ahead
great,
of time.
and they don't
it just
tear,
comes right off.
um,
I like to give it a little
good
bit of
amount
a
of
press.
pressure.
Yeah, give it a good press. And I need the knife because our next
Okay,
step
I'm ready.
we have to score this baklava. Bake it for a good 45 minutes,
Okay.
even to an hour.
At 350?
Yes,
Okay.
you want it nice and crisp. Melinda, the baklava has come out of the oven. It's nice and crisp and brown. And to finish it off, we need to put the sauce over it.
All right, so this sauce is honey, water, sugar, orange zest, the juice of an orange, the juice of lemon. So you can just imagine what that's going to taste like on your palate. We can hear it bubbling over here as this beautiful goodness is going all the way on. You can smell that honey, literally. That is delightful.
And just a comment here, people have, I think I mentioned this earlier with nut allergies, any favorite nut can be added, pecans or,
Yes, save that.
yeah. You can leave the nuts
Leave
out
the nuts
altogether, yeah. So it's very adaptable. It's your kitchen, make it work for you. And this will sit for till it cools. Those juices will soak into this pastry, and there you go. It's almost like a apple pie.
It is. I can't wait to have it on my plate. This cassoulet smells amazing. I'm so excited about it. You know, there's that fall nip in the air today. So what I'm going to do is just ladle this up a bowl. I think I'm going to get us a spoon.
Oh, I know. It's lunchtime.
Yes. All that beautiful sausage right there on top. And the best part. We're going to top it with these cornbread
yum,
croutons. How fun is this? I cannot wait.
There couldn't be a more southern dish, right?
I think you're right. I really do. And I just think this will fit perfectly into my holiday routine. Hope it does yours and y'all's at home as well. It's really hot.
I'll have to be really very careful.
Okay, here we go.
You know, white beans are one of my favorite.
You know, they really are mine too. I love a pinto bean as well. There's actually a bean called a cassoulet bean as well, which is a larger bean that you can do.
Looks wonderful.
That sausage sets the
Oh,
tone.
it's the sausage. That's
Sets
a
the
keeper.
tone. It truly is.
That is so good.
But you still get the bacon.
Exactly.
You get that creaminess of that great northern bean.
Right.
And together.
I like the pepper flavor that has.
That's right,
too,
the
hot
tomatoes.
taste. Yeah, that's a great one. Very good.
I'm so glad I could share. We're going to check on those Cornish hens. I know they're ready, but we're going to put together an extraordinary plate for you to see and enjoy with us. Oh, this
You
is
might have a
beautiful.
better idea about presenting this, Melinda, but
No, you've done a great job, and
I think that looks
again,
good.
you eat with your eyes, and so making sure that you finish your dish for presentation with the heart that you put in to cook with it.
That's right. And this has been so much fun.
Well, I've had the best
loved
time. We've
cooking
learned so
this
much.
meal. I've learned new things today too.
Okay, there is our beautiful meal. Our beautiful cassoulet. And this incredible baklava dessert.
Using our good local ingredients. Isn't that fun to pick a
truly
theme
is.
and then just to,
And to go with
incorporate all of the items that we could to make it interesting but yet different too.
You know,
So-
spending this day with you kicks off my
Oh,
holiday
it is.
season.
It's so
it means
much
so
fun.
much to have you in the kitchen, to cook together.
Oh, I know. I just love. It's not work, is it? When we
No,
get to
ma'am,
do this
it's
with
not.
love
It's
and
not.
share
Again,
with.
all these beautiful recipes will be on the WCTE website. We want to thank you for joining us for the Live Green Tennessee Holiday Cooking Edition. We hope you enjoy these recipes.
Learn some new things.
Learn some new tricks.
Cook with family. This would be fun.
Absolutely.
Get a lot of prep help in the kitchen. Some
That's
little
right.
sous chefs around.
Oh, would
to
be
put it all
great.
together,
So from our holiday kitchens to yours, thank you for watching.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
This program is sponsored by Sue and Tim Tewalt. To support local programming like this, visit WCTE.org/donate to become a member, or contact Tiffany McDonald at tmcdonald@WCTE.org for sponsorship opportunities.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.